Hello. This Explain Everything that I put together for you is just a refresher on the stuff that we talked about in the Institute Day. So if you decide to make one on your own and you need just kind of a reminder on any aspect of using the program, hopefully this will be able to meet that need. Now, the first thing we need to review is the opening screen. When you open Explain Everything, something that looks roughly like this will pop up. If you want to open an existing video, you just tap right here. If you have a whole bunch like I do, you can tap over here to sort of scroll through stuff. And if you want to open a brand new one, you can either click the plus up here to open a completely blank one, or you can tap here to use your camera roll as a basis for some of your slides. For example, if I tap this and it looks kind of like a building with a plus next to it, I have the option of choosing my camera roll or my photo stream. They're pretty similar. I use the camera roll. Tap camera roll and all of these pictures become available to you. See these dots down here? That just means that there's other pages, so if I swipe through, that dot will move and I'll see different pictures I have available. Videos in my camera roll are also available, so I can tap those and include those right off the bat if I have them pre-recorded. Anything that's in any of these other areas can be used as well. Google Drive is of particular interest because I know a lot of people have their stuff stored on there, so any images that you have can be used right off the bat. Once you have opened your Explain Everything, this is what your first slide will look like. If you chose to use a picture, your picture will be front and center. If you chose to use a video, that will be right up on the screen as you started. Now, your tools off to the side here will each allow you to do some different things. The finger tool right here will allow you to move any images that you have. So you can just drag your finger to move it side to side and up and down, or you can squeeze your fingers together to zoom out, you can turn it to twist it, and you can open your fingers on your iPad screen to zoom back in. The pencil, just like you would expect, allows you to write. You just use your finger and it will let you write. Now, you can do what I'm doing right now and have it record while you write and you can see all of that, or you can pause it and write something else and it will just pop up like you just saw my message to you right down here. This area over here will let you create shapes, things like squares, boxes, arrows that will continue to stay in one place, like this. Over here, that creates text boxes, so if your handwriting is like mine and you'd prefer to use typing, that is also an option. Just like our other objects, anything that we type this way can be dragged, zoomed, twisted, and whatnot. You cannot do that with your drawing items. See how I tried to move my drawing items and it moved the entire thing. This X allows us to delete things. This target thing lets you move this pointer thing around and call attention to whatever you want to. The dotted line will let you arrange your objects. This arrow right here is the undo arrow. You can just tap it and it will undo any of the things you do, whether it's moving or creating items. The magnifying glass will let you zoom in on some things, but I find it's more practical to use the finger zoom as opposed to the magnifying glass zoom. And this plus right here, very powerful. It's going to let you add a whole bunch of stuff, and here's how you use that. As soon as I tap that, this will all pop up. If I go to existing photo or video, what it's going to do is it's going to take you back to the camera roll and it's going to let you add something just to this specific slide. So if you realize, oh man, I really want to use this picture and you didn't do it at the beginning of your project, this is how you would add that back in. If you have any other additional files you want to try and upload, this would be the place to do that. A new picture will open up your camera app and let you take a picture in real time and add that picture right into it. Same thing with new video. Instead of going through your camera roll, it'll let you use your camera to grab that right away. Existing sound would let you put any sound files you have in your iTunes into your presentation. And I saved the best for last, the new browser. What this will do is if you tap it, it will actually open a live browser window that when you hit record, it will capture everything you do. So if you wanted to show somebody how to use Google to find educationally reliable sources, you would be able to go through that whole process, have it recorded, and be able to share that video for any students who might have been absent when you went over how to do that, or students that just need to see it a couple of extra times. So if you want to show somebody how to do something actually on the internet, that can be a very, very effective tool. Another important thing is sometimes as you're working on a project, you'll realize maybe I put a slide in the wrong position, or you want to add a slide to go deeper on a subject. To add a slide, you'll just hit the plus down here. If you want to go back and forth between slides while you're working on it, you'll tap these arrows here. If you realize you want to move a slide into a different order, you'll hold down that slide and you'll see a visible change, and you'll be able to drag it up and down. That's also the way you can delete slides, entire slides, if you need to. You can just hold it down and there's a little X that pops up here that you can delete, or if you want to double that slide, you can tap double and it'll give you another exact copy of that slide exactly the way that it is. So if you've recorded stuff on it, that will copy with it as well. Once you've finished your flipped lesson, you need a way to share it. To share, you tap down here and this export movie option will pop up. I wouldn't recommend sending it to your camera roll because it's a large file and your camera roll will only be able to share it out a minute at a time. Going through YouTube is going to be the easiest way to share it. So the big point of interest here are the 3 different ways you can share your video, or the 3 different access levels you can give: public, unlisted, and private. For the most part, you're probably going to want to do either public or unlisted. Public, like it says here, anybody can see it. Anybody can go to YouTube, search, and be able to see it. If you feel a little self-conscious about being able to have the whole world see your flipped lesson, you can go to unlisted and then email out the link to your students or post it up on your web page, and only people who have that link will be able to go see it. Private is very high maintenance. Like it says here, only specific YouTube users can view it. So each year you decided to use this video, you would have to put all of the students you want to see it, all of their Google IDs would have to go in. So that's kind of an extra layer of maintenance that you can avoid by using the unlisted option. So that's Explain Everything. I hope that this presentation was helpful for you if you decide to use any flipped lessons with your students. Thank you very much.